think we got to talk about our guy Mike Gundy because the man's been on another level this week. And I just want to recap. This is just through Tuesday, okay, for Mike Gundy. The things that he has done this week. He complained about how much Oregon spends on their roster. He accused them of spending like $40 million or something like that. He said that Oregon's budget should determine their non-conference schedule. So I guess he's saying that he doesn't think they should be going up there to play this weekend. He showed his belly and his nipples to reporters at one point because he was talking about, I think, I don't know. He was talking about how jerseys are getting smaller or something like that and coming out of the tunnel. But yeah, he just full on lifted his shirt up like he's, what is it, Billy Madison, right? Where he's like, oh, whose shirt is this? This shirt belongs to Frank. And he flips it up.
Frank.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And then he also reenacted his famous I'm a man rant for a mobile commercial. So Mike Gundy all over the place. Dan Lanning's fired back a little bit here. He kind of said something, I think you probably spent a lot more than UT Martin did a week ago. So yeah, this has all the makings to me, John, of that Gundy knows they're about to get their bleep pushed in on Saturday. And I don't know if he's just trying to make excuses and get out in front of it, the old Michael Scott method of PR, get out in front of it. But yeah, I'm getting the vibe that I got right as that Oregon-Colorado game a couple of years kicked off. And Dion was getting all this hype going in. Not that Oklahoma State, I'm not trying to say that Oklahoma State's getting hyped, but just that Oregon's going to be pissed off and it's going to be a buzzsaw and it's going to be a very long afternoon for the Cowboys up there in Eugene.
Yeah, Lanning just has no problem kind of laying it on when he feels slighted. And I think, Gundy, I think it's kind of ridiculous the shots that he was taking. And I think Lanning kind of handled it well, obviously, and was able to kind of throw some very salient points back at Gundy and at Oklahoma State. So earlier in the week, you see this line at 28.5, and it's okay, these are two power teams. And I know that Oklahoma State lost their quarterback, Hoss Haney. Zane Flores was able to kind of push for the starting job for most of the offseason. So I don't think there's a huge drop off there, but I do think that there is that intangible factor here between these coaches where it's okay, I think Oregon's going to win this one comfortably. We can say that, but I think the Barbs is going to kind of influence Lanning and the Ducks to be a little bit more inclined to really kind of run this one up at the end. So whereas early in the week I was oh, just hold my nose, take the points, 28.5 for OK State. Now it's yeah, this could get very, very ugly for the Pokes here. So I'm largely staying away from it, but I do think that the blowout could very well be on in Eugene.